And I'd like to invite you now, if you choose to do so, to take a moment and notice how calm are you feeling in this moment. Thank you. Now I'd like you to take a step back with me to 1987. I'm 7 years old, about 2/3 as tall as I am now, and I'm in the middle of a beautiful green woodland space. All around me are amazing tall trees, and above me in a leafy green canopy, I can hear the birds singing overhead. And in this moment, in this space, I know that this is where I want to live. I very quickly convinced my younger 5-year-old sister this is a great plan. We should stay here in the woods. Mum and Dad can go home. We'll make a living for ourselves. We'll collect the sticks and the twigs from the floor, and we'll make things to sell, to look after ourselves. I was the eldest, so I was the spokesperson, and my parents just laughed. They said, "No, you're coming home with us. You've got school tomorrow." So reluctantly, my sister and myself went back home with them. But that affinity with nature has always stayed with me. And so much so that through my own mental health challenges, as I've moved through my life, I've always found myself drawn back into those green spaces. Maybe a patch of grass, at work or in the back garden, or even into the woods, and anywhere also with running water has really always calmed me. Now, we know, many of us, that the well-being benefits for our mental health and overall health of getting outside into nature are really understood. There's a lot of information that supports them. And so much so that the 2016 United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, 11.7, states that by 2030, they want universal access to accessible, safe green spaces. So it's important. But what about people that can't get access to those spaces now? How can we support them to enjoy the mental health benefits? Well, the good news is there's been a lot of studies to show we can. And in fact, you've already enjoyed or had the opportunity to enjoy 2 of those ways already. The first one is the images that you've seen behind. And for anyone that's not able to see them, the image at the moment is of some beautiful bright green leaves of different textures and shapes. And it's true to say that a view of nature can support us to calm. It can create a beautiful, calming environment just by taking a moment to look at images, either photos, videos, or even paintings, artistic impressions. The other way that you might have already begun to feel a little bit calmer now is with the description that I shared. And that's of the woodland space that I wanted to live in. Stories, descriptions, visualizations, and meditations can all support us to feel calmer, and they can improve our overall well-being and especially our mental health, just by bringing us into those green natural spaces, even when perhaps we can't physically get into them. For example, if you're in hospital, maybe even in intensive care, if you're in a school, if you're in work, if you're even flying to the moon, but you can still bring your minds back to those images, to those stories, to those descriptions. And the language can be short. So if you choose to, and it's safe for you to do so, you could just close your eyes for a moment now, and I'll share a short visualization. If it's not safe to do so, please keep your eyes open and come back to this at a later time. And just imagine a beautiful meadow lying out in front of you. See the fresh, lush green grass and dotted with beautiful rainbow of meadow flowers. Perhaps you can even smell those beautiful scents as you feel the warm summer breeze sweeping across your cheeks. And in the distance, maybe you can hear the birds singing. Beautiful. And very gently now, bring your awareness back to the rhythm of your breath. Slightly move your body, and when you're ready, open your eyes if you chose to close them. Beautiful. And just to ground you back in this present moment, just ask yourself, what's the very last thing that you had to drink? Fantastic. Now, by just taking those few moments, you can enjoy so many different natural green spaces that can really support you to calm. And that can support your mental health and well-being, wherever you are. And we can shorten that green space language even more into maybe just a few words. For example, if you were to just silently say to yourself now, green forest tree, I would imagine that you begin to have a sense of a green forest tree. Perhaps you're seeing one in your mind's eye. Perhaps you're feeling how it would be to be stood next to one. Whatever it is for you is perfect in this moment. And that can begin to calm you. And if we add a very simple 1 to 2 breathing ratio to that phrase, so you breathe in for the count of 1 and breathe out for the count of 2, the longer exhale can serve to calm you even more. So if you choose to do so, and you'd like to join me, as I raise my hands, I'll say 1 green forest tree. You can breathe in for the count of 1. And as I lower them again, I'll say 2 green forest trees, 3 green forest trees as you exhale. So if you'd like to join me, breathe in for 1 green forest tree and breathe out for 2 green forest trees, 3 green forest trees. Amazing. And with the longer exhale, it's activating your parasympathetic nerve, which in simple terms is that lovely rest and relaxation state where your body is naturally calming and that's supporting you and your mental health. And it's a really short calming activity that you can enjoy anywhere. People won't even know you're doing it because we're always breathing. Another way that you can support yourself with green nature spaces is by listening to nature sounds. And perhaps it's a recording that you could have even taken yourself, maybe when you're out in a green nature space, or one that someone else has taken. And it can even be sound effects that can support you to calm, such as a rain stick or a wind gong. Anything that brings you back into that space of a green nature space. And when you're listening to those natural sounds, it can really calm you. And it's really fun to experiment and see which nature sounds you prefer the most. And when you then layer your different senses together, you can enjoy even more of a calming effect. For example, if you're looking at green images, so that lovely view of nature, and then you add the sound effects as well, it can really deepen the amount of calm relaxation that you can enjoy. And moving into the final way that we can support ourselves and our mental health with green plants and green spaces is to bring some of those green plants inside. And that can really, again, support us to relax. And when you bring those green plants inside, perhaps it's also an edible plant. So you can be tending to that green plant, you can be enjoying looking at that green plant, which is naturally going to be calming you. And then you can also taste or smell that green plant as well. And when you add all of those different elements together, it's really going to be supporting you to strengthen your emotional regulation, to strengthen your confidence, and to strengthen your positive thinking. So I'm sourcing that I've shared with you a number of different ways that you can support yourself and your mental health wherever you are with the amazing, calming, relaxing benefits of our green spaces. And I'd like to invite you to just again, if you choose to do so, notice how much calmer you're feeling now. Beautiful. And I'd love for you to join me in sharing how we can support everyone, no matter where they are, to enjoy the natural mental health and well-being benefits of our green spaces. Thank you.